Hello students, welcome back to MKH video series. My name is Aditya and in the previous video we have successfully completed exercise 3.2. So now we are moving over to exercise 3.3 of data handling. Now let me just tell you the question number first here is based on bar graph, right? So यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं कि use bar graph to answer the following questions, right? So the first part here is which is the most popular pet. So आप देख सकते हैं इस बार ग्राफ से जो इंफॉर्मेशन हमें प्रोवाइड हो रही है दैट इज कि यहाँ पे पेट एनिमल्स जो है वो एक्स एक्सिस पे डिनोटेड है एंड स्टूडेंट्स जो है वो वाई एक्सिस पे हैं, राइट? सो लेट मी जस्ट टेल यू कि यहाँ पे जो पेट एनिमल्स हैं दैट आर ऑफ द कैटेगरी डॉग्स, कैट्स, देन रैबिट, then you can see hamsters and finally you can see other pet animals, right? So यहाँ पे जितने भी students हैं class 7th के they have got the animals like dogs, cats, rabbits, hamsters and others. So आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे कितने students के पास dogs हैं? You can see 8 students के पास. Then 10 students have cats, then 2 have rabbit, 5 has hamsters and 3 has other pet dogs, right? Now यहाँ पे questions हैं is based on bar graph. You can see the first part here is which is the most popular pet. So आप देख सकते हैं सबसे ज्यादा जो है वो कौन से एनिमल है that are cats. So definitely the solution to it is cats are the most popular pet, right? Now moving on to this B part here. So how many students have dogs as a pet? So कितने students के पास dogs हैं? You can see 8 students. So let me just write that 8 students have dogs as a pet, right? So quite simple. You have to simply answer the questions based on this bar graph. So first you have to extract the information from the bar graph and then just answer the questions given to you. So that was all in this question. So students, बढ़ते हैं next question की तरफ. Now question number second here is read the bar graph which shows the number of books sold by a bookstore during 5 consecutive years and answer the following questions. So यहाँ पे एक बार ग्राफ दिया हुआ है. ये बार ग्राफ जो है ये हमें क्या बता रहा है? नंबर ऑफ बुक्स जो कि सोल्ड हुई हैं. यू कैन सी इन 5 consecutive years, 5 सालों के अंदर. यू कैन सी फ्रॉम द ईयर 1989 to year 1993. So consecutive years का मतलब है एक के बाद एक. You can see 1989 के बाद क्या गया? 1990, then 91, 92 and finally 5th year that is 1993. So इन 5 सालों के अंदर जो books sold हुई हैं, this is the data in this graph, right? So अब ये information हमें दे रहा है कि जो number of books sold हुई हैं in 5 consecutive years. So these are the number of books sold, right? Now answer the following questions. So सबसे पहले मैंने इन बार्स के टॉप पे जिस रिस्पेक्टिव ईयर में जितनी बुक्स सेल हुई हैं ये निकाल के यहाँ पे लिख दिया है आपके लिए. यू कैन सी हियर. नाउ यू कैन सी इट वाज स्लाइटली लेस देन 200. दैट मींस समथिंग अबाउट 175, राइट? You can see this second bar is slightly less than 500. So I have written 475 books were sold during 1990 and this was exactly 300. Then in 1992 you can see it's slightly above 200, so I have written 225. And in last year, that is 1993, there were around 600 books sold. So मैंने सभी बार्स के ऊपर respective years के हिसाब से number of books जो sold हुई हैं वो लिख दिए. Now the question is quite easy to solve, right? So सबसे पहला question है about how many books were sold in, you can see 1989, 1990 and 92, right? So let me just write the solution. It's quite easy now. So in 1989 you can see, let me just write the number of books sold in front of it. So 1989 में कितनी हुई थी? 175. You can see 175 books were sold. Similarly, now I'm not writing the whole line. I'm just writing the answer to it. So in 1990, you can see, let me just write in. So that will be in 1990. You can see the number of books sold were 475. And finally, let me just write here. So in, you can say 1992. Let me also write it in front of it. So in 1992, you can see the number of books sold were 225, right? So this is how you have got the answer to the first question, quite easy. Now moving on to the second part. So in which year about 475 books sold? So अगर आप यहाँ पे देखें कौन से ईयर में 475 बुक्स सोल्ड हुई हैं? That was year 1990. So right. So let me just write. So 475 books sold in the year 19, you can say 90, right? And in which year you can see about 225 books sold? So you can see here in the year 1992, 225 books were sold. So in year 1992, about 225 books sold, right? So this is the answer to the second part. Now moving on to the third part here, that is in which years were fewer than 250 books sold. So यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन में पूछा गया कि किन ईयर्स में 250 से लेस बुक्स सोल्ड हुई हैं. सो लेट मी चेक आउट. सो आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे इन 1989 175 जो कि 250 से लेस है, एंड द अदर वैल्यू इज 225 बुक्स विच इज इन द ईयर 1992. सो ये दो ही ईयर्स हैं जिसमें 250 से लेस बुक्स सोल्ड हुई हैं. अदर देन दैट सभी वैल्यूज जो है वो 250 से ग्रेटर हैं. So that means in the year you can see in year you can say 1989. Let me just write it correct. So year 1989 and you can say 1992, right? So less than 250 books sold, right? So this is the answer to the third part. So students, बढ़ते हैं पार्ट नंबर 4 की तरफ. That is, can you explain how you estimate the number of books sold in 1989? So आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे 1989 ईयर के बार के टॉप पे मैंने 175 बुक्स लिखा है. So एक्चुअल में मैंने एस्टिमेट कैसे लगाया? You can see, आप वैसे देखा जाए अगर ध्यान से तो ये 100 था, ये 200 था, राइट? So 100 बुक्स मुझे पता थी कि 100 से तो ज्यादा ही है डेफिनेटली, बट 200 से थोड़ा कम है. अगर आप सिर्फ 100 से अबव वाला ऊपर वाला 100 का हिस्सा देखें, सो इट्स क्वाइट 3/4 एरिया. सिर्फ छोटा सा 1/4 एरिया अगर अपने एज्यूम कर लें कि नहीं है, लेस है, यू कैन सी क्वाइट इजी, यू कैन सी देयर वाज 1/4 लेस. सो ये जो एरिया है इसको अगर हम 1/4 लेट कर लें तो यू कैन सी दैट फ्रॉम 100 to 200 3/4 एरिया ऑक्यूपाई किया हुआ है इस बार ने. सो यू कैन सी द 3/4 एरिया ऑफ द अदर 100. सो यहां तक 100 तो था ही ऑब्वियसली, बट जो नेक्स्ट 100 है उसका कितना एरिया है? ऑलमोस्ट 3/4, राइट? सो मुझे पता है 425 जा 100. सो दैट मींस यू कैन सी 100 प्लस 3 into 25 कितना था आपके पास? 75. सो 100 plus 75 will total to 175. सो इस तरीके से आप देख सकते हैं ये 100 और ये 75. दैट मींस 3/4 पार्ट ऑफ द एरिया बिटवीन 100 to 200. दैट मींस 100, राइट? सो इस तरीके से बचे हुए 100 का 3/4 कितना होता है? 25 into 3, that is 75. So 100 plus 75 will total to 175. So इस तरीके से मैंने estimate लगाया कि in the year 1989 almost you can say 175 books were sold. You can also just match out and give a rough estimate. It will also be around somewhere 175, 185. So I've just taken the estimate like this. So 175 books were sold during the year 1989 by the estimate like this. So that was all in this question. So students, बढ़ते हैं next question की तरफ. Now question number 3 here is number of children in 6 different classes are given below, right? So represent the data on a bar graph. So यहाँ पे हमारे पास जो students हैं, you can see the children of various classes जो हैं वो given है, और हमें ये डाटा को क्या करना है? रिप्रेजेंट करना है ऑन बार ग्राफ. सो यू कैन सी यहाँ पे क्लास 5th में जो नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स है दैट आर 135, देन इन क्लास 6 देयर इज 120, देन इन 7th देयर वाज 95, इन 8th देयर आर 100, सो इन 9th देयर आर 90, एंड फाइनली इन 10th देयर आर 80 नंबर ऑफ चिल्ड्रंस, राइट? सो इन सभी को मुझे क्या करना है? इस डाटा को बार ग्राफ पे रिप्रेजेंट करना है. आई हैव टोल्ड यू कि ये सभी नंबर्स जो है ये वाई एक्सिस पे आएंगे और ये सभी चीजें कहाँ आएंगी? एक्स एक्सिस पे, राइट? सो लेट मी जस्ट टेक अ ग्राफ हियर. सो यहाँ पे मैंने एक ग्राफ ड्रॉ कर लिया. सो नाउ द थिंग इज कि सबसे पहले लेट मी जस्ट मेक द बार ऑफ 5th क्लास. उससे पहले लेट मी जस्ट मेक द स्केल ऑफ वाई एक्सिस. अब यहाँ पे कितने का गैप मैं लूंगा इन बिटवीन two you can see numbers, or you can say 1 unit जो है वो मैं कितने का लूंगा. Let me just tell you कि यहाँ पे मैं 1 unit जो है, let me just write it in the side. So 1 unit, let me just tell you, is going to be of 10 students, right? So यहाँ पे मैं 1 unit कितने students का ले रहा हूँ, 10 students का, ताकि मैं अच्छे से 10 के गैप में सभी को रिप्रेजेंट कर सकूं, right? So you can see if it is 0, then 1 unit is equal to 10 students. अब यहाँ पे 10 students है, then 10 के गैप पे क्या आएगा, 20, 30, then 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and finally 100, right? So now you can see we have to take more of the gap here. So मुझे 135 तक पहुंचना है. That means I have to increase the graph here on y-axis. So let me just rub this here. So now you can see if I just increase it more. So after 100 that will be 110, 120, 130. So what is the larger number? 135. So it will come in between. You can say 130 and 140, right? So it's somewhere here 135, right? So now the chart is on y-axis. I have taken the scaling correct. So यहाँ पे मैं सबसे पहले place करता हूँ 5th class को. So what are the number of students? You can see in 5th class there were 135. So it was around here. So मैं यहाँ पे इसको draw कर देता हूँ. You can see like this. So you can draw it with the help of a scale. I'm just drawing it with a rough way. So you can see like this. So this is, you can see now 5th class. I'm just writing it in short form, not in the full letters. So because it will occupy some space, right? Now moving on to the 6th class here, there are 120. So let me just mark it 120 here. So let me just draw. Now let me just rub the question here now. We know what we have to do, draw a bar graph. So there is no need of the question now. So let me just draw this 120 here. So it is of class, you can say 6th here, right? So let me just write. Now similarly 7th has 95. So where is 95? You can see somewhere here. So I'm taking it 95. Let me just correct it. Now then you can see it is now 7th class. So let me just place it. Now in 8th there are 100. So let me just mark 100. So it is quite here, right? So let me just draw now 100. So let me just also just accurately draw it. So I'm just also writing it over. Now it's of class 8. So in 7th there was 95, then in 120, then 135, right? So I'm also writing on the top of the bar the number of children of each class, right? Now you can see 9th has 90 students. So that will be, you can see somewhere here, right? So you can see I've drawn it. So 90 students are in the class 9, right? So then finally in 10th there are 80 students. So let me just draw it. So it's quite here. So it's 10th and there are 80 students in class 10, right? So this is how you have to draw a bar graph here. So this is representing the, you can see, number of children, right? So and this is the class here which is on x-axis. So this is how you have to draw a bar graph of the following given data. So students, now we have drawn the bar graph based on the given data. Now we have to answer some questions based on this bar graph, right? Which we have made. So यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं first part जो है question number 3 का यहाँ पे है, how would you choose a scale? So scale का मतलब है, you can see this y-axis numbering, right? So यहाँ पे मैंने scale किस हिसाब से लिया है? आपको मैंने बताया था कि 1 unit जो है मैंने 10 children के लिए है. So let me just write down the solution here. So we have taken 1 unit is equal to 10 children, right? So हमने ऐसा क्यों लिया, 10 का क्यों लिया? क्योंकि अगर आप नोटिस करें यहाँ पे ये 95 which was the number of children in class 7 and ये 90 which was the number of children in class 9. So इन दोनों जो classes में number of children है, they are almost same but just a difference of little gap, that is 5 units, right? So अगर मैं यहाँ पे 1-1 का gap लेता then you would find कि ये जो दोनों bars हैं इनकी almost height जो है they are going to be same, right? So यहाँ पे मैंने 10-10 का gap लिया. So you can see now we can easily differentiate between the number of student of class 7th and 9th. So simply you can actually take on any gap here, but better if you choose that scale which differentiate between each and every bar, right? So here I have taken 1 unit equal to 10 children, but you can also take 1 unit as 20 children or even you can see if I have taken 1 unit, so this length of y-axis would have been so much greater. So it kind of impossible thing कि अगर मैं यहाँ से 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 इस तरह से ग्राफ लेता 1 unit equal to 1 children, so आप देख सकते हैं 140 तक पहुंचने में it would have taken me a lot of space and area which is quite impossible, right? So इसीलिए मैंने क्या किया, you can also reduce the gap, like you can take 1 unit as 20 children, but here I have taken, you can see 1 unit equal to 10 children, right? So this is the scale which I have taken for you. So just simply write the scale which you have taken. Now 1 unit is equal to 10 children, right? Now moving on to the B part here. So answer the following questions. In B part, first part is given to us as which class has maximum number of children. So आप देख सकते हैं जो larger जो bar है, that is of class 5th, that is consisting of 135 children. So you can write the solution here. So the class 5th has maximum children, right? Now and the minimum, so it also asks the class which is having minimum children also. So आप देख सकते हैं सबसे minimum children जो है that are in the class number 10. So you can write it that the minimum number of children were in class, you can say 10th, you can also write it like TENTHS, 10th, right? So this is the answer to the first part of B part here. So you can see now moving on to the second part, find the ratio of students of class 6th. So what are the number of students in class 6th? So we have to find out the ratio, right? So let me just write the solution to it. So ratio of, you can see, let me just correct it. So ratio will be find out by the division process, right? So यहाँ पे ratio है class 6th और class 8th का. So this is class 6th and this is class 8th, right? That is 100. So हमें ratio कैसे निकालना है? 120 upon 100. So let me just reduce it. So you can see 2, 6 to 12, 2, 5 to 10. So the ratio will be 6:5. 6 upon 5, you can also say it like 6:5. So this is the ratio of student between class 6th and class 8th, which was given in the question to find out, right? So this is how you have to solve these type of questions. So students, let's move on to the next question here. Now, question number 4 here is the performance of a student in first term and second term is given to us, right? So यहाँ आप देख सकते हैं कि in all the subjects the marks of a student in the first term and as well as in second term are given. So you can see the marks are given in the comparison format, right? Like we do something in the double bar graph, right? So double bar graph जो होता है वो क्या होता है हमारे लिए, क्या होता है comparison के लिए होता है. You can see of the similar structure in between two consecutive things, right? So यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं हमें क्या करना है, draw a double bar graph choosing appropriate scale and answer the questions. So सबसे पहले मैं यहाँ पे bar graph बनाऊंगा, then I will write down the questions based on it, right? So सबसे पहले bar graph जो है double bar graph जो हमें बनाना है, you can see the two comparison things are the first term and second term. So यहाँ पे हमें दो bars एक साथ लेनी है, right? So one will represent the first term and the second will represent the second term. So मैं जो first term का लूंगा, you can see that will be of a blank bar. So first term is represented by blank bar, whether the second term is going to be represented by the lines in between the bar, right? So this is of second term, right? So let me just draw out now axis here. So this is y-axis and this is x-axis, right? So now the most important thing is the scale which I have to take on the y-axis. So the scale लूंगा वो मैं कैसे लूंगा? Let me just see the numbers here. So if I just take a look over the numbers, so better if I just take again in the previous question which I have taken the 10 unit scale, right? So 1 unit क्या represent कर रहा है? 10 marks को represent करेगा. So let me just write. So 1 unit represent, you can say 10 marks, right? So this is the scale which I have taken here. So let me just write the count with the difference of 10. So 10, 20, 30, 40, let me just write 50, then 60, 70, 80, 90, you can say 100. So let me just check out the largest marks here. So that are 95. So they will come in between 100 and 90. So this is a appropriate scale length, right? Now let me just tell you that on the x-axis we have to place English, Hindi, Maths, Science and Social Science, right? Now we have to take two bars together to represent the comparison between first term and second term. So सबसे पहले मैं first term का draw करता हूँ. You can see in the subject English here. So let me just write English down here. So English, now first bar represent first term, which should be of blank bar, right? So 67. कहाँ पर है 67? You can see 67 is somewhere above this 65. So थोड़ा सा midway से थोड़ा ऊपर जाता हूँ. So this will be 67, right? So you can draw the bar of a straight line with the help of a scale. I'm just drawing it without the help of scale, right? So let me just take it somewhere down just below 70. So 67 is somewhere around here. When you draw on a graph, so there are a number of lines representing, so you can take on easily that 67. So it is quite easy to draw on a graph actually, right? So now I'm just drawing it on a, you can see a table chart. You can see now 67 is here. So let me just write 67 above it. Now you can see it represent the first term. Now let me just side by take the second term bar, right? So that represents 70 क्योंकि 70 marks है उसके second term में. So let me just take 70 here. So I'm just by combining right here. So 70 is here, right? So like this you have to take the first term as well as the second term, right? So now leave some space, then take Hindi here. So that will be Hindi. Now just moving speedily here. So 72. Now 72 will be somewhere just closer to this. So let me just take 72. So let me just write English down in E, right? So to save some space, let me just write now Hindi. So it will be here, right? So Hindi 72, right? So let me just write 72 above it. And then 65 in the second term. So that will be of lining bar, right? So where is 65? So midway between this. So let me just trace it down and draw it like this. So this is 65. So let me just put also the line in the second term. So that will be the second term. So no need to write first and second. It will be represented by like this. So this is of first term. This is of second term. Now again first and second. Now moving on to the next subject, that is maths. So 88, where is 88? So it will just below 90, right? So let me just draw it like this. So this is 88, right? The first term. So that will be a blank bar. So then further 95, right? So 95 will be between 100 and 90, right? So this will be something like this. So 95. No, so the second term will have to be in a lining, right? So now moving on to the signs here. So 81 and 85. So let me just find out 81. It's just close to, you can say 80. So it's somewhere like this. So 81 and then you can see 85, right? So it is between 80 and 90. So that will be like this. So this is 85, right? So second term should have to be of lining. आप देख सकते हैं. Now last is social science. So that is 73 and 75. So where is 73? So just above 70, right? So let me just take here. Right, so this is 73 and finally 75 of second term, so that should be of lining. So 75 is in between, you can see 70 and 80. So let me just trace it down. So it will be somewhere here, right? So now let me just correct it. Now finally it is 75 and line it because it is of second term. So this is how you can see. Let me just also write the subject names. So English, Hindi, then you can say maths, and then you can see science here, and then you see social science. So these two are the marks of English. This is the first term and this is the second term, and so on, right? So these are the subjects, and this is the graph you can see which we have drawn. You can see double bar graph which we have drawn with the help of given data. So students, now we have drawn double bar graph. So based on it, we have to answer the following questions right here, right? So the first part here is, in which subject has the child improved his performance the most? So let me just check in which the bar has gone up here. In which subject you can see the maximum the bar has gone up here in maths, right? So from 88 to 95 you can see there's a difference of 7 marks directly. So it is the maximum marks increment here, and that is in the subject maths. So you can see in the other subjects there is not much difference here. So there is only 4 marks, there is only 2 marks, here is only 3, and in this Hindi actually the marks has gone down, right? So it's clear that in the maths you can see, so the answer is, you can say maths, right? So in maths, you can see the increment in marks is most, right? Now moving on to the second part, which is in which subject is the improvement the least. So in which you can see the less marks has been increased. So there is only increase of 2 marks here, and that the subject is in social science, right? So the solution to it will be, you can see, social science, right? Now the last part is, has the performance gone down in any subject? So you can see clearly that from the first term to second term, the marks has gone down. You can see 2 and 5, 7. So that is in Hindi, right? So let me just write the answer to it, that the performance has gone down in the subject Hindi here. So quite easy. So that was all in this question. So students, now I'm leaving question number 5th and 6th for you to try at home. They are similar to the ones we have done here. So they are based on the double bar graph and bar graph. So do try question number 5th and 6th at home, right? So that was all in this exercise. Thanks a lot for watching the video.